It has truly been a minute since I posted. It's been a while. I wasn't even sure if I want to start filming again. Life's gotten busy, tattooing's been nonstop, and every time I think about making a video, I would just talk myself out of it and go, what is the point? But the truth is, I miss doing it. I miss showing you guys behind the scenes. I miss sharing what little information I may have obtained, you know. But it's no big production, no fancy editing, no crazy nothing, okay? It's just raw, me chilling, and we're gonna try something new today. I'm picking the camera back up, and we're gonna go to the shop, and I don't care if it's rusty, and I don't care if it's bad, and I don't care if I ramble. I'm just gonna give you a normal day, my setup, my operation, and let you go from there. I don't know if there's anything here. I don't know if there's a story here, but that's the point. So let's go. Ready? Yep. Oh,
of course.
Yeah, we just leave it unlocked all the time. Let me turn the lights on. Come on in, ready? Hunter, how we doing today, buddy?
Good.
Good?
Yeah.
All right, let's get set up for a good day. Yeah?
Yeah.
Start that off with the trash bag. Gots to have a trasher bag. All right, so the first thing I'd like to do is either set up station, get my stuff set up before the client gets here. I usually get here about 45 minutes before my client shows up. That way I can get my stuff set up, get my stencil printed, have a little fun, relax, get comfortable before we execute. So this is the piece we come up with for our client. It's gonna be going on her inner bicep like we talked about. We're not sure, this is the concept, and we'll see how it goes when she gets here. We might need to adjust it to fit the area properly. You just want to be as prepared as you can be, so that way you can make it work. So I'm gonna get it printed at the ideal size that I think it should be, and that way when she gets here, we can adjust it larger, smaller, warp it a bit, whatever we need to do. Here's our stencil of that piece. Just kind of a quick way to take any piece you make and turn it into a stencil. I can show you guys that if you're interested. There's so many other videos out there that probably explain it, but stick around, we'll go over it at some point. So again, this is our stencil that we're going to be printing. Right now I'm just gonna print a couple different sizes and preparation for it to get here so we can see if these are close to the right size, too big, too small. And a lot of times I get pretty accurate, purely guessing. So we like to use the Epson printers around here. It's accurate, it's quick. Get the Epson version though, get the Epson version. I've had the other versions, you know. All right, let's take a look at that. Ba-bam. As you can see, obviously the script is backwards because it's gonna go that way. But nonetheless, that's our stencil, and I don't think there's too much purple in this. That's always my concern when I do stencils like this. Is it gonna be too purpley, too many issues with smearing and whatnot? But actually this isn't terrible. So we're gonna rock with this, assuming that the client is cool with this design. If not, we make changes and we repeat. Look at this, Hunter, the cameraman. Oh, yeah.
Cameraman never dies.
It's literally been so long since I've been on camera recording myself. It's so awkward anymore. I just gotta be real as possible because being on camera is weird again. I'm being dead ass. All right, so anyhow, this is how I set up my operation here. I like this tray here. This is made for cooking outside, like grilling or whatever. I saw another creator using this a long time ago, hit him up about it. He told me what it was. I got one a few years back and I've been using purely this. I like that there's a lot of space, it rolls, it has place for my gloves and stuff. Really nice. But anyhow, we start off with some press and seal right across like that. Another cross there, bam. Put that away and tuck. And the reason I like this is because it is a little sticky, so it kind of stays better. This was courtesy of the people I work with here in the shop. They turned me on to that. I think that's genius. Next up, I'm gonna wrap my distilled water and green soap. The way I like to do this, rolls of plastic. I've used the bags that are made specifically for it. Those are okay as well, but this is just simple because you can use this for all kinds of stuff. I start with the top, boom, rip, and wrap. Now, if you're one of them people that are like crazy about wasting plastic, then don't get into tattooing, right? Because we waste plastic, unfortunately. Now we wrap that up, boom, one down. We'll do the same thing to the other one. Now I should let you know the best thing to do before you set up is to make sure you wash your hands real good before you start. You could put gloves on as well. I prefer to wash my hands, then set up. Now when you tear down, that's a whole different ball game, okay? So we got that. Next thing I like to do, Vaseline. I've used all the products, well, most of the products out there, and at times I thought, wow, I really liked, let's say, Black Glide. I really liked that at one point. But to be fair, after using it for a little while, I really wasn't a big fan of it, and you're paying a premium. Vaseline works just as good. It's petroleum. Most of these products are petroleum based. So yeah, and it's super cheap. I can use as much of it as I want, not feel bad about it. Okay, next up, double-sided tape. You can do this however you want. You can dip your caps right into the Vaseline and stick them down. I just use double-sided tape. Boom, take a piece of that, stick that down right there. Now I like to use this size cap. I can link that down below if you guys are interested in the size of cap, but that does matter when it comes to making your gray washes. The size cap, the drop system. So I like to do 100%, 10, 5, and 2. Occasionally, I like a 20 drop as well. And when I say drop, that's how many drops of black are going to go in each one. Obviously, 100% black, 10, 5, 2, 10 drops of white in each one. Mix them up with some distilled water. Bada bing, bada boom. Next up, a little rinse cup. Come on over here to where and again, I don't like a lot of water in there, just a wee bit. Perfect there. Next up is our machine. I'm using the Acus M1. I've been using this machine for a couple years now. Big fan, guys. I've modified it a little bit. I'm running a different cam in there. I'm currently running the 4.0 with, it's a heavy cam, not the super heavy cam, but the heavy cam, and I'm liking it. I might go to the 4 super heavy. Anyhow, we'll do a whole video on this particular machine, my settings, what I like in a later date. But for now, let's get this sucker wrapped up. And then after we wrap it up, we just top that off with some of this grip tape. I like to use an entire roll. I know some people will put paper towels under there or whatever. Honestly, I've just been rocking one entire piece every time. It's the perfect grip for me. At this point, we're pretty much set up, right? I'm not pouring any ink until the client's here, until the stencil's on, until everything's good, and we're letting that dry. That's the time where I'll finalize this. I'll set up the gray wash. I'll decide what needles I need for today. I'll get those set out and whatnot. She don't bite too bad.
I don't bite.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. I don't have rabies, at least. I get my shots, my vaccines. Yeah. I think the placement is really good.
Get in there, bro.
Let me flex for you.
Oh.
Turn the blinkers on.
So I get this question a lot. What do you do with this beard and tattooing? In a shirt. You got a 7 standard, 5 standard, 3 standard, 15 standard, and a 7 mag standard. So those are the kind of the options. I don't know if we'll use them all, but that's what we got laid out for today. All right. So here we are getting started. I'm kind of approached this kind of simply. I want to try to do some of the lining. So I have this script here. I want to attack that with my liner while it's fresh, while the stencil's holding solid. And through this process, what I'm kind of looking at is how do I get some bones in this tattoo, right? If I can approach a tattoo straight up with a mag, I will definitely do that. But in this case, there's a bit of details, and I want to start mapping those out, getting some of those solid lines in there so that when I come back and start shading, it's no big deal. So that's pretty much what we're doing here. I'm using a 7 round liner standard. No bug pins here. I've kind of moved away from bug pins currently. Really enjoying standard needles again. Nonetheless, just that 7 liner for now. I also have a 5 liner and a 3 liner. If I need those, they're available. But right now, the 7 and 5 are going to be my go-to for now. In fact, I don't think I ever used the 3 in this one. But that's what we are doing here. What do you think, Hunter? You'll be able to withstand an inner bicep tattoo?
Absolutely not.
Absolutely not. 100%. He was like, heck to the no.
I've seen enough of this crap. I don't know. No.
What do you think is like the most sensitive spot?
Either ribs or armpit.
Yeah, not too far.
I gotta say, maybe the armpit. The ribs aren't super bad.
Alright guys, so Hunter is our recorder, our videographer, our somewhat editor. So he's getting used to this, guys. Getting used to trying to capture clips of me actually tattooing. Unfortunately, in this case, we only have a couple. It's a learning curve, guys. Let him know in the comments what he can do better. And also give him a shout out. I appreciate his time. I appreciate his effort. Now here, what are we doing? Shading as usual. We have what I like. My favorite needle is the 7 curved mag. Again, this is the standard non-bug pin, 12 gauge, 7 curved mag. I really love this needle. It's very versatile. I can roll it on its side and line if I need to. And it's great for getting into some of these smaller, high detailed pieces. And in this case, I'm using some of my mid-tone here. I'm using the 10 drop. I'm kind of slowly putting that in, building up the tone, and then come back with straight black and kind of darken up those, to get those shadows in there a little bit more, and then fade those off where needed. But I tend to work light to dark a lot of times with black and gray. Unless something's straight up, I know it's black, it has to be black, then I'll just put that in. But for the most part, I'll work my tones from light to dark, figuring out where I want to start. In this case, I started a lot of this with that 10 drop because it's towards the back and it gets a little darker back there. In the front of the semi there, I started with a 5, got those light spots in, then went to my 10, and then black to kind of really put those dark spots in there. What I really like to do is get about 90%, 85% of the tattoo in there, so that at that point the stencil's good. I can use Bactine to help my client out, and then go back through and work the details, like anything you want to butter up or tighten up, kind of do that towards the end. But once the bulk of it's in and they tap on you, at least it's in there, right? It's pretty well done, and that's kind of the way I like to go. Alright guys, if you made it this far, I just want to say thank you. This is my first real day back filming after a long 2 years, and honestly, it felt good. I'm rusty, I'm still trying to figure out how I want these videos to look, but I'm glad I picked the camera back up. If you want to see more of the shop, more tattoo stuff, behind the scenes, designs, whatever, let me know. I'm open to trying different things until I find a groove again. I appreciate you guys, and I'm excited to see where this goes. I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.